Friedrich Nietzsche wrote, "My formula for greatness in a human being is AMOR FATI, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Not merely bear what is necessary, still less conceal it. All idealism is mendaciousness in the face of what is necessary, but love it." He also wrote, "What if some day or night a demon were to steal after you into your loneliest loneliness and say to you, 'This life, as you now live it and have lived it, you will have to live once more and innumerable times over.' Would you not throw yourself down and gnash your teeth and curse the demon who spoke thus? Or have you once experienced a tremendous moment when you would have answered him, 'You are a god, and never have I heard anything more divine'?" And this, all in all and on the whole, someday I wish to be only a yes-sayer. That's some good shit right there. Phonomancers say yes. We say yes to the true will of the Holy Ma and stand in righteous opposition to the no that is resistance. Finding the strength to say that yes to all the pain that life offers can be difficult. Rejection, loneliness, anxiety, alienation, despair, and madness. There are so many ways to feel bad, and they all reach into the abyss. To support your yes saying, what I want to offer you is a way to get better at feeling good. And I think I can boil it down into one simple instruction. Consciously develop, in as many ways as you can imagine, your ability to feel and express joy. Now, before you dismiss this as New Agey treacle, understand that this encapsulates a plan to achieve self-actualization. It's going to take a lot of work. Begin by asking yourself, what brings me the deepest, most energizing happiness? Write down the answer. Then ask yourself, why does that make me happy? Write down as many reasons as you can think of. Keep going until you've got a list. Efficient development starts with evaluation. Once you've made an initial attempt to map out your sources of joy, you may find that in aggregate they form a vector. That vector may point to a goal, an image of who you want in your heart of hearts to become. Don't think of it as something to push for though. Get teleological. Let it pull you forward through time, and I think you'll find your strange attractor will fill you with inspired ideas like lanterns on a trail leading you home. I love music. I really love rock music. It's been my best friend since I was 10 years old. In consoling me, in psyching me up, in making me feel wonder, in making me feel more ecstatically alive, it allows me to experience emotions, energies that are archetypal in resonance and intensity. Rock music is magic, actual, literal magic. According to the visions I've been having for the past couple years, it's connected somehow to the Horned One, the archaic forest deity that was the precursor for more familiar gods like Shiva, Dionysus, and Cernunnos. In fact, it may be that the Horned One created rock music explicitly for the purpose of providing an appropriately wild and explosive soundtrack for his re-emergence as a focal point of religious devotion. In a word, pandemonium. Given that the Horned One was co-opted by the Christians to become Baphomet, one of the most popular images of the devil, we may just find out that by throwing the heavy metal horns hand sign for all these years, we've been summoning him back into existence. Rock and roll may truly be the devil's music. Consider how and when the horns are deployed. People hold up their fists with index and pinkies extended at concerts, especially metal shows, as a salute. There's supposed to be something devilish about it. When the ambience isn't characterized by crushing volume, sometimes they'll add a "Hail Satan," mostly ironically. But just as often they'll simply say "metal," and in that single word is a whole complex of meanings. By that interjection, they're invoking the music, sure, but also the attitude associated with it, a kind of wild child, adolescent male energy channeled into ardent devotion. And then there are the people who use the horns as emphatic affirmation. Fuck yeah! Sometimes saying it aloud, and sometimes not. Because you don't have to, really. It's there in the gesture. It's code. And usually the persons whom you're signaling know exactly what you mean. Fuck yeah. I don't know if there's a better expression of Nietzsche's AMOR FATI, his willingness to affirm every pain in life along with every pleasure. I mean, come on, the heavy metal horns. Not the Texas hook'em horns, but the way Dio taught us to throw them. They make a Y, as in yes. Coincidence? Well, yeah, of course. Unless you prefer to believe that it's not. If you can start to believe that throwing the devil's horns, when displayed with the proper attitude of AMOR FATI, is in fact a magical act, an invocation of a chthonic power that's been stirring in the collective unconscious of the West for the last 70 years or so, then it is. It is. It is because you believe it is, and belief is what closes the circuit and allows for the flow of magic. By that I mean, if you choose to live in a world where magic is a literal reality, then you will start to experience magic more and more. And that's exactly what's been happening to me through my practice of phonomancy. I have found the means to unlock the magical potential of rock music. I can use it to steer my altered consciousness toward truly extraordinary experiences, including vivid encounters with the horned god. What distinguishes the visions is the truly stunning thunderclap of emotion that accompanies them, ranging from terror to savage, berserker, ecstatic joy. The feeling that accompanies the arrival of the Horned One in your consciousness is all the power of Black Sabbath times Judas Priest times Mastodon times Jane's Addiction times whatever else you love, but made sacred. The most unholy music ever created, self-consciously, preposterously, pulpishly, performatively wicked and hedonistic, becomes the vehicle for the incarnation of God. God gave rock and roll to you. I mean, how can you not love that? Rock music is my joy, and by exploring and developing that joy, something truly glorious and new has transpired. I've been taken to a place of happiness that, again, I never would have imagined, but now that I'm here, it makes so much sense. And I haven't even begun to touch on the truly salvific joy of learning to participate in the rock I love so much by learning to sing. But there's still so much to talk about. Reading and writing fiction, dancing, sex, metaphysical speculation, talking about movies, the history of popular culture, creating theater, wordplay, finding ways to encourage the people around me. Those are all areas I need to dig into to figure out why they make me so happy, and then start imagining new ways to evolve and intensify that happiness. In doing so, I fully expect to create myself as a self-actualized, full-spectrum human being, just crushing it physically, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, and creatively. I know that you can do that too. It starts with asking yourself, what do I love? Then figuring out why you love it, then finding ever more interesting ways to express that love while saying fuck yes to anything that stands in your way. Because every obstacle is an opportunity to prove yourself worthy of your desires. That's my Nietzsche 2.0 formula for your success. Train up your ability to feel and express joy in the face of resistance. Now, go be fucking amazing.
I'm an alligator. I'm a mama, papa coming for you.